is the latest thing we've been working on. We just got this injector out of the shop. We're gonna go across it, do the final checklist, make sure everything works like it should. This is a 12-row, 25-foot wide. It's got the Dietrich injectors with the 12-inch sweeps on. So it is considered the high rate sweeps. This is going to a farm in Vermont. This one features the extendable swinger, make it easy to turn around at the ends without having to back up. We also have Krone flow meter. I am not a fan of putting the flow meter in the swinger because it's a lot of money to be getting pulled on. So we put it right before the distributor. We have the spacers on either side of the flow meter so that the weight of the distributor is not going through the flow meter. So when we were trying to turn around without having to back up, without having to lift the injector out of the ground, one of the things we learned with our extendable swinger is we wanted to bring it around further. So right here is about where we would have normally stopped with a regular swinger. And if you're doing a 3-point turn, it doesn't matter. However, with the extendable swinger, we want to bring this around further. So we can come front to where we're front, almost beside the tractor with the end of our hose. It really improves the turnaround at the end. It's actually a combination of the extendable swinger moving the stop front is what makes the turnaround at the end work. With that being said, it's not a cure-all. If you're doing a really long pull and your tractor is maxed out traction-wise, you're not just going to magically get more traction at the end by extending the swinger. You're just giving yourself 7 feet of slack off your hose. An articulated will still do a better job because it's a bigger tractor. It bends in the middle, so you start turning with an articulated, you actually turn the front of your tractor, and it will help you around the end of the turn. Now this claw is sitting back here behind us. It's going to be really fascinating to see how that works. It's a 4-wheel steer, so the 4 wheels are turning. It's a straight frame. However, they can vary the front and rear steering. The front wheels turn, and then the back ones will turn, and you can adjust that. So I think it's going to work well. We're going to find out on that. When you're driving through the field, you want your swinger as low as you can. The lower the swinger, the less hole you have on your top link. So to do that, we had to put our distributor on top. And this started out sort of by accident, but what we've learned is it really works well to have the distributor up high. So we're keeping our swinger under the distributor. We come up through the flow meter into the distributor. What we learned by accident was it's easier to fold up with the hoses routed like this. Every time when you bring your wings up, the yellow hoses have to go somewhere. By having them up like this, we're cutting the corner off, so to speak, because the pivot point for the wing is down further. So when you fold up, those hoses, since they're shorter, or they're cutting the corner off, they have room to go down without getting pinched. Because the ideal thing is to have your hoses headed uphill so they don't get sags in them. Because if you get dips and sags, you can run into having sand or solids start to build up in there, getting uneven flow because it's got to push it through the dip. So it is ideal to have everything head uphill. And it's something we found this works very well. Bring all the hoses front and then down. When you fold up, you have less problems with pinched hoses. So that has pretty much taken care of our pinched hoses by going to this style. We have our electrical hydraulic valves up there. That is somewhere to put them. It keeps them up out of the manure. We also have rubber flaps around them so that keeps the moisture out and you can still get into it. About 15 years ago, I started pumping manure. My brother and I, we said we want to go no-till. Pop said not until we get rid of the manure tanks. So neighbor had some used, basically worn out hard hose and kind of put a system together. Learned a lot of things early on. Ignorance is bliss, and we were ignorant and blissful. So spent 3 days trying to unplug the hose. It was, yeah, a lot of fun. Anyways, here we are today, about 15 years later. I have a partner that takes care of the custom pumping. We're doing around 40 million gallons a year. My focus has turned into just building dragline equipment. We used to do other stuff like milking parlors and that type of thing, but we pretty much dropped that simply because we're flat out busy with dragline equipment. So we build the bars, hose reels, pumps, hose movers, pretty much anything that you need for your pumping manure, we build it. We have our own patented injector design. It's a low disturbance. My targeted customer is someone who is either no-till or very minimal till, and they're looking to inject, in that 6,000 to 10,000 gallon per acre, something that you can either plant in right after you've injected or run a vertical till across and then plant. If you want to do high rate, 15 to 20,000 gallons per acre, use a Dietrich shank like this, and that we offer them because you want to do high rate, and this is the solution for that.